Hello.
Hey,
Chris, you coming in?
I'll give you some Orlando news later.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll come in.
Yeah, come in with an update later. Okay, cool.
Great.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Morning Brick, the best place for your Lego news, rumors, opinions, and discussion. Yeah, you didn't even let me finish. The best place for all your stuff. And, we're here at 10:30 a.m. Eastern. I'm trying to... Just let me finish the intro, Daniel.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. For 10:30s, not 9:30s. I appreciate everybody showing up at 9:30. I'm specifically Grumpy J next to Zach. However, 10:30 works so much better for us, guys. We usually open at 10. We show up. We can have breakfast in the morning. It's great. I mean, it's fantastic. We get a lot more done. So, sorry about that, but 10:30 is the time. Anyway, we've got some good news to talk about, but, I mean, do we have any Lego life this week we want to talk about?
Yeah, I got some good Lego life this week, actually.
I'd love to hear it. What do we got?
A crowd of us decided to make the drive up to north of Atlanta to hit up some Lego stores, which I've never been to either one of the official ones up there.
Really?
Either Sugarloaf or North Point. No.
Wow, okay.
In Atlanta Brick Con or any conventions or things going on up there, I just never made it over to them. I know plenty of people that work there.
Yeah, they're great stores. So.
I ran into Ethan at the North Point one. He's a friend of mine.
Yeah.
And so, let's see, it was me and
Joe and Grant,
yeah. Yes. We originally thought we were going to have a big crowd, but some people had some plans come up and some other things.
I wasn't feeling well, and then Garrett was busy or wasn't feeling well, so
the three of us went up to the... Where did we go? We went to Sugarloaf first.
It's the bigger one.
We spent... the much bigger one. We spent a lot of time there. I got most of the stuff I was looking for. I was actually pleasantly surprised. We were going for, a lot of June 1st releases. Grant and Joe, in particular, were looking for the Ninjago City markets, which they struck out. Sugarloaf apparently had only about 8 copies.
Wow, that's
on
not a
release
lot.
Day, but surprisingly, June 1st was that Thursday?
Mm-hmm.
They said they hadn't sold out. We went on Sunday, and they hadn't sold out until that Sunday morning. So we just missed out.
So just missed them. That's terrible.
Grant had actually called ahead and knew they sold out, so he bought one online because they were still in stock. But Joe did not. So Joe is still kind of.
He's gonna have to wait a few weeks till they restock them.
Yeah, he's gonna be chomping at the bit, especially when Grant shows up. I think he's gonna be a little jealous.
Yep.
But I got most of the stuff I was looking for. We got 2 copies of the Friends Botanical set. The first Friends set I ever bought.
Yes.
So, got one for me and one for Mark. What else did we get there? The little Range Rover. Stephen wanted
that, and the Wally brickheads.
What else did I get?
You got me the Jurassic Park,
Brachiosaurus,
which is actually sitting right over there. I haven't brought it home yet.
So. Oh, I got the Executor, finally. I was looking for that. They had plenty of those at both, so those are finally
that's good.
Well in stock, at least in stores. I think they may still be out online.
They were out of stock yesterday when I was looking around at different sets.
If you still haven't gotten your hands on that one, try going into a store if you have one nearby. I already built that one, too. That was a great build. I'm looking forward to building the Friends set now. I can't believe I'm saying that. How many years has Friends been around? 10, 11 years now?
11, 12 years.
It was 10 years just last year?
Yeah.
Yeah. If somebody had told me 10 years ago that on this date I'd be saying I'm looking forward to building that Friends set, I think I would not take your word for it.
Yeah, exactly. Friends... I would also be in that camp, though, Daniel, because when Friends first came out, I'm like, okay, they're cool pieces, but I'm never going to be interested in the figures. And it turns out that, you start making a silly show about the characters, and suddenly, you know all their names, you have to collect them.
Well, you're in a lot deeper than I am, Mark, okay? I just bought my first Friends
set,
But
even if you don't like the Friends lore, the Botanical set is a great set, and you can just put regular minifigs in no problem, and it's a great addition to your Legacy.
I'm taking those mini dolls out.
Yeah,
either trading them in or throwing them in the garbage. I don't really care. You can. Maybe I'll donate.
I'll take them over throwing them away.
I'll
but no,
trade
them to the store. You get a few bucks for them.
Yeah.
Let's see who is here in the chat. We got Zanlab, R. Claxton.
I want to hear what other June 1st releases people got.
Malastairs here. The Blue Cup representation. Scott Schiller's here. Morgan. Flounder collects. This is a funny comment we were talking about before we started. Flounder says, "Why does work continue to schedule every meeting when there's a live stream?" Oh, I'm sorry, Flounder. We were in sync with your workplace, and we'll try. Our schedule's not moving. I don't know.
If you have like a personal calendar or something that's shared with your bosses, maybe you just need to start putting a meeting on your personal schedule for 10:30 on Wednesdays.
Yeah, exactly. You have
just
to
label it like TMB or something.
or Grandma Hospital Day or something.
Yeah.
Make an excuse.
Just start blocking us into your schedule.
Exactly. Bricklore is here. Travertine, Sam Williamson. Good to see you again, Sam. But yeah, just a bunch of our regular friends here. So I know Lemur Bricks, of course. Got the Garrett hair today. Oh yeah, that's definitely a look.
Yeah.
Recognizable look. Chad is here. Corey says, this is in reference to stores on the north side, but there's a new boards and bricks store way north of Atlanta. Some great deals too, but it's very small. I think by boards, it's a board game store too.
Yeah, okay.
So that's cool. If you're on the north side, probably worth checking out. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely, at least worth seeing what it's all about.
Yeah, and Nexus, who is resident of the north-ish side of Atlanta, says Sugarloaf is always my go-to. Yeah, it's a big, very nice Lego store. Yeah.
Both stores were great.
An official Lego store, not like our kind of Lego stores. Yeah.
Most of them had the same kind of stuff. They also both now do damaged box discount sets. I think previously that was only Sugarloaf.
Yeah, you kind of have to have permission to do it. Yeah,
right.
So.
I think they've changed the rules around that or something because both of them do have that service now. Well, there's not too much news today, so I'm just going to keep going with our Sunday saga.
Yeah. Let's hear about it. Yeah.
So after that, we decided to one thing. They didn't have a few things. So they didn't have the markets. They didn't have the giant buildable minifigure, and they didn't have some other third thing we were looking for. I don't remember.
But they had the executor though, so that's pretty good.
They had the executor, yeah. So we decided to go over to North Point after that, which is, 30 minutes away?
It's a pretty quick trip over, yeah.
Halfway in between the two is...
we're going to talk about that.
a certain unnamed franchise.
Competing store that happens to sell Lego.
Competitor franchise.
We're not going to name them here.
We're not going to name them. And Joe said he'd never been to one. So we were like, let's go over there. I had
scope it out. Right?
I had actually gone to that around the time of Atlanta Brick Con with M&R and H2 Brick and some other guys wanted to go scope out that store, which shall not be named.
Yes.
So we decided to go stop in just so Joe could see what it was all about. I don't know if Grant had ever been in one before or not, but we scoped it out. I'm not going to say anything about the quality of the store.
It's going to be very PC. It's good.
Grant decided to make some purchases at said store, which were not really anything particularly hard to find.
Yeah.
It was like a Ninjago polybag and a built the fox, the Harry Potter Fox the Phoenix with the wings. And so we're never going to let him live that down. He came out of the store with his shopping bag, and we took a picture of him. We can't share it. Yeah, as evidence. He also signed up for their rewards program. We don't really know why. The cashier was like, would you like to sign up for our rewards program today?
And Grant was
just like, oh,
sure,
why not? He didn't even ask what the rewards were.
What it entails. Like, what is he signing up for?
Or not even knowing if he'll ever go back. I don't know. So we're kind of messing with Grant all this week about that.
He's been taking it like a champ, though.
So far, yeah. Grant's able to withstand that kind of stuff, but we're gonna mess with him for a while about that one. And then we went over to North Point. They didn't really have any much different in the way of sets. There were a few different things on their pick-a-brick wall, so I actually did get a cup.
That's good.
At North Point. I think that was the only thing we got.
Yeah. It's a smaller store, so they're not necessarily going to have more than Sugarloaf. So
there was other different stuff that they did have. They had the Indiana Jones temple, the largest set. Sugarloaf had the Well of Souls and the fighter plane chase. Joe bought the only thing Joe bought in our whole trip was a damaged box copy of the fighter plane chase that I guess he got a good clearance deal on.
And I think he was using some of his VIP points for that too.
Yeah, so. I think his total was like $2.50 or something.
$2.85.
$2.85. Yeah, after he redeemed all of his rewards.
And he said,
I
spent $2.85 with the Legos. I'm like, wow, that's a lot. What'd you get? Yeah. He's like, $2.85. Like, oh yeah, sure, okay, good.
Yeah. So Joe really broke the bank.
Yeah, he's.
I, however, spent.
You also
most
bought.
Of it was people paying.
I've now paid Daniel back pretty quickly. I'm not like Ed and Garrett's gas fiasco. But
we're all square.
I was going to make it up there with you guys and film the whole thing and make a fun video out of it.
That would have been
Unfortunately,
good. Yeah, it was. Especially since we would have had to blur out that store that we went to in the middle.
all the logos of
Made
that
it,
certain
yeah.
story would have had to edit out.
We don't
but,
want to start any feuds here.
Yeah. Joe needs
But
a raise.
that would've
I
been
mean, everybody needs a raise, Scott. But yeah, Joe, I mean, he probably qualified at this point. I don't know. So, anyway, yeah. So that was a great story, Daniel. I have more boring news. I guess it's like the Rock Raiders is doing really good. I have essentially finished the black lava area,
Excellent.
which means it's a third done.
Nice.
And I'm going to be starting on the gray stuff soon. I spent 3 hours last night.
I heard it's delicious.
The gray
The
stuff.
gray stuff.
For zombies, maybe. Anyway.
Oh, okay.
But no, I spent 3 hours finishing my Rock Raiders drilling machine that I made. I'm super proud of that. It's the best looking vehicle I've made in a long time. I don't make Lego vehicles.
Now,
so.
when you get to the point where you have to do a vehicle, is it like a treat to be able to work on something different than rock forming, or is it like a chore that really slows down your progress on the build because you're doing a lot more detail work? Or
It's definitely not efficient or practical because I'm spending, I think I spent probably 10 hours on this one vehicle. It's a pretty good sized vehicle, but it's like that 10 hours of putting bulk brick down is like inches of a huge layout, you know? So it's like, I don't want to be spending the time on it, but I'm really enjoying it. So I feel a little bit like, oh no, I'm wasting time on this detail. It's only going to be a tiny part of the mod.
Do you find it like a nice break?
I do like it, yeah.
To kind of switch gears creatively.
I do. I enjoy it quite a bit.
That's good.
I don't make a lot of vehicles at all. I usually build buildings
I'm
or
not a
landscapes.
vehicle guy at all.
So in sci-fi, I really enjoy, but I never get the chance to do. So it was very fun, and I think it turned out pretty good. There'll be pictures and stuff on my Instagram soon, and we'll probably do a members only Rock Raiders update, like a pretty long video, at least 15-20 minutes of that. So keep an eye out for that within the next week or two.
Looking forward to it.
So that's news. Oh, and Malister had some news. If I can scroll back up and find it.
Yeah, sure.
Let's see here. Comments. Nope, I missed it. Anyway, he was talking about the T-shirt design for the Blue Coats getting done, and it should be printed now.
Yes.
As long as I unfortunately neglected to tell Randy the sizes that we needed to print when I sent her the designs. So hopefully Daniel was able to help her with that.
No, I got it.
Yeah.
So the T-shirt machine is back up. I don't know if we've put the listings. I don't know if we've enabled the listings back on the website because we have a lot of shirts that we have to print for Brickworld Chicago, which is next week.
Yes, that's coming up very fast.
And then we've got the Florida store opening soon, and then we've got Brick Fair Virginia. So there's a ton of conventions we have to print. Conventions and events we have to print T-shirts for, so I'm not sure when we'll be able to get back to regular orders, but the machine is working again.
So we'll be back to normal on T-shirts pretty soon once Randy's caught up. She's been working very hard on all the T-shirts.
She's gonna be,
She's doing a great job. She's doing a great job. She's getting Best Employee of the Week for sure, I think. So,
definitely should be.
In reality, not just a joke. So.
Yes.
Anyway, we do have some Lego news. We want to start diving into that, Daniel. I have a lot of pictures.
We got a lot more stuff than I thought we had for this week.
Well, this is all from new as of last Wednesday. And so some of it would have come out the day after or Friday, and that's kind of old news now, but we haven't talked about it, so we might just reiterate it a little bit.
Well, I know if we want to go chronologically, the thing that came out Wednesday afternoon was the Hogwarts castle.
And that's the thumbnail, too, so we might as well start with that. So
we got the blurriest images on Wednesday, but we now have some really nice clear ones. So this is pretty much exactly what I was hoping for, I would say. A nice scaled kind of diorama in this black bordered frame. I think it's interesting that they chose to add the flying carriage and the Durmstrang ship. So this is clearly based off of Goblet of Fire, or the fourth year or book or movie.
Yeah. When the guests arrive. So.
Right, because those are not things we've really seen in whole interpretations of the castle before. I mean, you usually get either Hagrid's hut or the Whomping Willow, which I think the Whomping Willow is there as well. With the car again, which I don't. Yeah, the car is pretty much the same scale as it was on the last version because you can't really make that any smaller. I was kind of hoping for the Quidditch pitch. I think was the only thing we missed out on.
Yeah, no Quidditch there for sure.
We've never had a micro scale Quidditch pitch, as far as I know, in any of the other iterations of the castle. But we get one minifig with this one compared to the big castle, which had come with four. It was 4 different house founders. This is the golden statue of the architect of Hogwarts, I believe, which Legos had this kind of sudden obsession with this figure. Most people don't know what this is, but it's like a statue that sits in the little foyer outside the Great Hall.
Mm-hmm.
And first this appeared in, I think, one of the play scale ones. Then it was in the micro scale one just as a gold statuette. Then it was in the advent calendar. There was this nice like plinth block that he sat on. And I think this is the first version we're getting that's actually printed and really detailed. And if you go back to that,
this one.
Is it a new beard piece? I don't
Looks
recognize
like
this beard piece.
Yeah, that is a unique, neck gear.
Yeah,
So
and
it's
the
very
prints are
interesting.
really cool. I love the hat and the robes, and getting some nice better pieces for the kind of scroll and little model of Hogwarts. So I think it's really cool because I know what it is. I feel like a lot of people don't know what it is, but for some reason Lego is really kind of hyper-fixated
They're
on
gonna think that's Dumbledore or even Merlin or somebody, you know?
Right.
Like,
Yeah,
so-
it does kind of look just like the gold Dumbledore that came in the big, was it the Icons set?
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that came with
Mhm.
the three most sought after ones.
They're gonna think it's a character you're supposed to know, not some random,
Right, yeah.
like kind of niche character from this
Yeah.
franchise. That's interesting.
And then kind of the other thing of note is there's some nice little scenes kind of underground
Oh,
that
yeah.
are similar to ones that were represented in the microscale one. So I think on the far left we've got the Chamber of Secrets.
Yeah, there it is.
To the right of that, I'm not really sure. It
Looks
might
like a library.
It might be like the vines or something. And then there's just sort of like cave sections. So it's all second movie Chamber of Secrets stuff on the left. In the center,
There's
you've
the
got
chess
the
set.
chessboard, and I think it's supposed to be the room with the Mirror of Erised. So those
Mhm.
two are from Sorcerer's Stone, and then on the far right there, I think is just the potions classroom.
Yeah.
So it's a more kind of random smattering of underground rooms than we've gotten in
Mm-hmm.
previous iterations. Overall, I think the castle looks great. I think it's phenomenal. I do think I'm going to have to get this one, even though I have the big one.
You're gonna have the big one and the little one next to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I have a lot of things that are multiple copies of the same thing, but in different scales.
If you're thinking about
Last,
iconic sets, then this is definitely one of them. It's an iconic theme to build a set from in any
Yeah.
scale. So.
Last December on my Instagram, I had done like a sort of like a 12 Days of Christmas thing,
Mm-hmm.
but all with multiple copies of like the same sets in different scales. So it was like, gosh,
Oh,
I
yeah,
got
you
up
did,
to
you did.
like
That is-
3 different representations of the Sphinx from Adventurers, 4 copies of HO scale cars, 5 copies of the Galaxy Explorer, 6 copies of the Yellow Castle, and 7 copies of the Wooden Duck. So it's
Increasing as you go. Yeah, it's amazing.
I like different representations of the same thing in different scales. I don't know,
Yes.
I guess it's kind of my fixation with micro scale things.
Well, it's interesting. It's like because you have to build it in a different way. It's a puzzle each time to make the
Right,
same thing. So
yeah.
it's fun. I can understand
Creative
the
parts usage
Yeah.
always for sure.
Speaking
Oh,
of,
let me see if we had a price point on the.
I had it up at one point. It's not.
$170.
Yeah, it's a little on the high side.
More
but-
than I would think compared to other dioramas and things we've got recently. I mean, it is 2,000. It's 2,600 pieces,
yeah.
which is a lot.
So
but
it's worth it for parts, but it is an expensive.
at the
set.
same time as a display, it kind of still feels more like the Star Wars ones, which are all below 100, I believe.
Yeah, they're like 80, 90.
Yeah, so it's a lot more parts because it's micro scale, but it's a little steep, but I think it's pretty good. It'll be September 1st on that one.
That's still a bargain compared to the big one, which is what now? 3 something 400.
It was 4 originally, and after the hikes, I think it was like 450.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So it's like half the price of the
yeah,
giant one
less
set.
than half the price.
yeah. So
But if you want more like interior details and scenes and stuff, I would still highly recommend the big one
Mhm.
if you have the space to display it.
and it's still retail, right? So you can still go and buy
As
that on
far as I
Lego.com.
know, yeah.
So.
So it'll be interesting to see if that one suddenly retires before this one comes out, or if they let them overlap for a while. I don't know. That would be kind of
interesting.
unusual.
Yeah. If you are thinking about that one, I would get it sooner rather than later because it's probably on its way out now because they're making a smaller replacement for it.
Yeah, right.
More efficient replacement. Speaking of weird parts uses, replacements, we got better pictures of the shield. We've talked about this
Yeah.
multiple times. The Bricker Builds one is better, but it's more
Yeah.
expensive. This is an official one. It's kind of the same as the Thor's hammer. It's cheaper, a little smaller, pretty well done, but it's not. I don't think there's no way that can be strong to handle. you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be about like the Thor's hammer. I don't think you're going to want to throw it or smash anything with it, but I think it'll be sturdy
You can pick it up.
for what it is.
Yeah.
I think you should be able to hold it and move around with it. I don't think it just like has to sit on the stand and you can't touch it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can at least pick it up and just kind of hold it like, haha, I got the shield.
Yeah,
you know,
I'm sure you'll be able to pose with it. I don't think they would have put a product out like that you couldn't.
Yeah, that's the only Marvel news that we have, really.
Yeah.
I mean, the rest of it is already talked about pretty extensively.
Yeah,
We got some Friends, we got some Minecraft, we have some Star Wars.
Dealer's choice.
Let's just quickly go over the Star Wars. We've also seen blurry pictures of these. We now have nice pictures. The information's up on Lego.com.
Yep.
You can go, I think a lot of these you can actually either pre-order or order.
Yeah, so about those 3/32, the biggest complaint a lot of people had with those is they thought the line over the eyes was too thick.
Mm-hmm.
But in the actual, in the non-renderings, in the what do they call them? It's like lifestyle pictures. They're real life ones with like kids playing with them. They appear to not be as thick, so that may or may not be an issue. I think we still just kind of have to hold out until somebody actually gets a copy. Because even with those photos they're taking in person, they could have altered those images or something.
So for me, it doesn't bother me. I think it actually looks pretty cool. But I also wouldn't notice a line difference on a helmet of a clone trooper like some people. Some people are very obsessive about this.
Yeah.
And I think it'll still sell well regardless of an issue with the helmet print. There's always an issue with the helmet. You know, somebody's always got something to gripe about.
Yeah.
We see some nice pictures of the Yavin and Rebel base.
Yeah, did we get an interior picture?
Yeah, we do.
Of it?
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So, man, when we saw that, we had the outside pictures of this set for a long time, and I was kind of holding out to pass judgment until we saw the inside, hoping that it was going to make it better. I have to say it has not done that for me.
Yeah.
There's really like nothing going on in here. There's like a random dish at the top. I guess it's supposed to be the metal ceremony chamber, one floor down from that. There's really nothing in it.
It's bad.
It's an empty room with some leaves on the wall.
Yeah.
The floor down below that, we've
the
got
Y-wing is bad too.
We've got a couple blue screens in there, but it's just there's not a lot going on.
No.
I think the Y-wing is actually really one of the only redeeming
you like
qualities
that
about
part?
it.
Okay.
It's not great. I like that it's not a microfighter, and I like that it's a different scale for a Y-wing. I like that they use those 3x3 dome pieces to kind of guide this new scale, this kind of MIDI scale for a Y-wing. But the build really just kind of blows. I hate to say it, but go back to the interior one more time.
Oh, yeah, one more time. There you go.
Let me just make sure I haven't missed anything.
No, there's some ladders.
We've got like the briefing room, and it's got sort of I'm sure it's a sticker, but it's kind of a new picture of that white digital design on the black screen.
Yeah, where they're dropping the bomb,
Yep. And then on the right side, I can't tell what room that's
Princess Leia and a few computers,
It looks like they've got the sort of flat dish that had the diagram of, gosh, I guess it was the Death Star coming around and Endor, the thing where they're lining up the shot. Mm-hmm. Morgan, it gives me a lot of 4+ vibes, and that's what people originally said, mostly because of the tree piece. But it's not 4+, but I'm guessing, did the front of the box have an age recommendation?
Let's see. It's probably
like
lower
8,
than...
It's probably, 8+. So they're definitely aiming it younger, but it's not the 4+ specifically, so it will be, stickers and not prints and not all those chunky pieces. But I have to say, I was originally going to compare this to Darth Vader's castle, which had a lot of the same issues because it's kind of pyramid shaped, and so the rooms inside were awkward, but... That one, I think, was still a better display piece from the outside. This one, I think, is just not quite doing it. There's some nice elements in it.
Yeah.
But as far as a display piece goes, I don't think I'll be able to pull that one off.
When I think of Yavin 4, I'm not thinking about the pyramid. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about other elements of Yavin 4. So I don't know. I don't know how you make this a better display piece. But
yeah. It's hard.
Yeah, so you're probably going to pass on that one, I'm guessing. You're not going to purchase that one?
Yeah, I think I'll stick with my unreleased
yeah,
version.
The version you've made, we actually need to do a video on that one day, because that's a good story behind that, too. But, we've also got better pictures of Yoda's Jedi Starfighter. It's smaller than the old one. It's got Yoda and I almost said C-3PO, R2-D2.
Yep.
So this is fine. I think the price is a little bit higher than I was expecting, but whatever.
I think they're doing kind of a wave right now of younger kid-oriented sets. I mean, even you think about the latest versions of the TIE Fighter and the X-Wing that come out that are kind of small. Those were still maybe aimed at slightly older kids. Those might have been like 10 and up or something. So I think they're doing a little more to fill in the younger demographic, but we should be still getting some good UCS sets and other adult-oriented things.
I mean,
later this year.
You've got some really nice stuff coming out too. There's Venator, there's Gunship stuff coming out. So don't hold your horses. These are just the weaker entries to the lineup.
Yeah.
So, okay. Here's another news item that I think it was. I don't know if you dropped these pictures in the drive, Daniel.
I
but
did not. No.
We got a couple Lego City combo racer sets. So they're designed to kind of play it in 2K Drive.
Yeah.
So
some co-branding there.
Yep. So the city vehicles, they're kind of modularized.
I did see that one, yeah.
You can remove the front and back of the car and swap them and stuff like that. So there's some fun elements happening here. These are very creative.
That one's cool. Yeah, we got like a pirate ship one and
a taco truck looking
like
one.
a luchador.
Yeah. Lasers and stuff. They're
Yeah.
shooting at each other. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Very Lego Racers-esque. Now,
Oh, yeah.
I did some research on Lego 2K Racers, and it's not good.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, okay, so...
I've seen a lot of people playing it. I've seen people
The
building
gameplay-
crazy custom cars and stuff.
Nobody has a problem with the gameplay.
Okay.
The gameplay's fun. It's a racing game. You can build your own car. However, they don't give you all the pieces to build your own car. You have to buy parts packs.
Oh,
Microtransactions.
No. Oh,
They don't give
no.
you all the cars. You have to buy them because in order to they make a way you can unlock the cars, but it's like what they did with Battlefront and Star Wars.
Oh man.
You'd have to play for years of gameplay time to unlock everything without paying for it.
to get pieces to build what
To
you
get
really wanna
pieces to build or unlock the cars that are pre-built.
Oh, that's a disaster.
So and the game is already $80 to $100.
Yeah.
And then you have to pay,
Oh,
15,
man.
20, 30, 40, 50 to unlock more stuff in the game. That's
Yikes,
not
yikes,
good.
Yikes. That's not good at all.
And I know you want to not short yourself when you're making a AAA big game,
Yeah.
but do we really want to be spending more than $150 to unlock the full game?
On a game for which the bare bones of it came out in
Yeah.
the 1990s.
Exactly. It's so there's some serious problems with Lego 2K Drive. I really had high hopes for this, and I was thinking about buying it even for that really high price point initially. But I'm like, if I have to pay more to unlock the rest of the game, maybe not.
When Lego goes into the metaverse, you can strap on your VR headset and scan in actual pieces that you have to unlock them in the game to say, hey, I already paid for this
Yeah,
once.
exactly.
I bought it in a set. Can I get it in this virtual game?
Honestly, you could buy all of these Lego 2K Drive sets and still be paying less than the cost to unlock the game.
So do you think if you buy this set, there's something in it to scan to like unlock those vehicles?
That would be the right thing to do. I think
Yeah.
that's what they're doing, but I also wouldn't be surprised if it's just you maybe
Gosh,
get a coupon code for something in the game.
I've seen these
Yeah.
sets and stuff, but I have not done a lot of reading and research on the game mechanics
Well,
in that regard.
they didn't release this kind of microtransaction information until after the game released because they're like everyone's just like, how does it play? Oh, it plays pretty good. It's fun. And then it's like, oh, in order to actually get the stuff to play with, you have to pay for it. Ugh, that's
to
not
have
good.
to have a steeply priced game that has that on top of it is difficult.
Yeah, exactly. Lego 2K is ripping us off.
Because I know there was like a tiered thing for the pricing of the game. There's like deluxe edition and awesome edition or something.
Yeah, that's just
Did
standard.
those come with more of those parts packs or something about a season pass?
They came with actually some of them had a little kit that they came with, and then some of them they had just a little bit more extra like DLC stuff.
Right, DLC kind of
But,
content. I would do some reading on it.
Yeah.
There may be more to that. I don't want to disparage the game without knowing about it personally.
Yeah. So from what I've read and the research I've done, it's like that's a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, you can get over it if you got lots of money, but it's still not a good
Maybe
concept.
you should have thought about that before you became peasants.
Great line from the Emperor's New Groove. Anyway, but so I don't think this is really Lego's fault. Lego's just providing the core idea for this game. They hired 2K, who's a game company, to do this, and I think that's more on their shoulders of how they market games and how they can
you look at
squeeze
some
all
of
the
the other
dollars out of
games
them.
that they
Yeah.
put out, and it's
Same thing.
microtransaction stuff. So.
Then Lego Mania and More says same with
Oh, man.
Dimensions, so I guess you could have that issue with that too. You have to buy all these extra packs to get the things. Anyway, so and I thought Lego Fusion was bad. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't say anything for Lego Fusion, but yeah. Lego 2K it might cost you many Ks. So.
It might. It
Yeah.
might cost you 2K. Yeah.
Alrighty, so that was some good and bad news. The sets look
Yeah.
great, even if you're not playing the game. The sets look great. So
Yeah.
Lego City fans should rejoice. Yeah, we talked about Lego Friends a little bit earlier. There's some
Yeah.
more Lego Friends coming out. They're going to the ski slope. Speaking of like having money to spend, it's always the friends. You know, like who is?
Yeah.
They're skiing in what looks like the Alps. You know, they got this beautiful scene. I love these trees. The trees
very
look cool.
nice, yeah.
They got this nice brick
Nice
pattern
color
and log
gradient.
pattern on the ski chalet here.
I wish
but
we'd gotten more of that. Yeah.
yeah, the
I
Lego
like the
Friends.
kind of stone texture at the bottom, and then the log cabiny kind of profile at the top.
Yeah, they're enjoying some of those awesome new pieces that they can design with.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lego Friends, opulent wealth everywhere you go, so it's great.
Yeah, it's all a front. It's all like it's. They're definitely running like some sort of cartel.
Yeah, or they're the
a-
kids of the cartel. I don't know.
A crime ring or
Yeah,
something.
I need to do that in Heart Lake City Drama. Have like, how can you
Yeah.
afford this
I've
big
been
party
thinking that
bus?
since some of the first few waves when it was all yacht parties,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
clubbing, and yeah,
Lego Friends, man. Yeah, and so they got this cool, you know, those like
I need, like a
artistic.
Breaking Bad Friends crossover.
You have the artistic camping experience in like Finland with the glass canopy.
yeah,
you can
I
see
didn't
the Northern
understand the
Lights.
glass canopy choice for this one.
I've seen that. It's a trendy thing to do.
Is that
yeah.
a Scandinavian thing?
Yeah, so you can go camping in Finland, which sounds
Okay.
terrible, but they give you this cool glass tent to stay in. It's actually apparently not like freezing, and you can see
I've
the
seen
Northern
like
Lights.
geodesic domes and stuff.
Yeah,
That are like canvas wrapped, but I've never seen like a glass dome. That's
yeah.
interesting.
I've seen them on social media because
Yeah,
I
that's cool.
I follow some, Norway
Or
and
some
Finland
lifestyle
places.
influencers.
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
it's more like the locale that somehow
Oh,
triggers the algorithm to send
I
them to me.
gotcha.
But
yeah,
so those look fun as well. More of those glass dome pieces from the Friends Botanical set, so that's good.
yeah. As well, I think they started in city sets, didn't they? In some of the
Mhm.
space,
Yeah, space in the
space
blue
sets.
color.
Yeah.
So Friends has got a couple fun releases coming out, as well as the botanicals and the Friends. What is it called? The city center building. They've released a couple more since the first wave. So Minecraft also has a bunch. We might as well break that out too.
Actually, speaking about Friends,
Oh.
there was somebody on who shared a thing on Rebrickable where they had designed how you could combine two of those botanical garden sets
Mhm.
to make a more complete one. So if you're interested in that, I think it was like $6 for the instruction.
Yeah.
It's not mine. I'm not self-promoting. But
No, Daniel was mentioning he's like we need to team up on this. I'm like I
No,
don't
I
like
wouldn't
sharing
do
my
that.
Lego
No,
though. I don't want to.
we're both just going to end up buying second copies. I know it's coming.
Probably.
I'll build the original first and see if I want it to look more complete.
That's a set I would actually be willing to buy a second one of.
Yeah.
Marcel is wearing the helmet, stalking. Oh no.
Ooh.
Have you talked about Sonic the Hedgehog Lego stuff? Yes, we talked about that a couple weeks ago. Lego
Yep.
Mania. They're really cool. I think they've released now or will release soon.
Not yet.
They're coming
No,
August,
Not as
maybe?
far as I know.
Yeah.
Probably at least July or August.
Yeah, so they'll be coming out soon. They look great. Check them out. I'm sure that the pictures are on Lego.com at this point. So.
Yeah, they should be official images by now.
Mm-hmm. Marcel met up Bernie's brother. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're not going there.
Anyway,
Not going there.
Travertine says Friends is looking really good this wave. The botanical set might be my Paradisa moment.
That's exactly what it is, Travertine.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the core reason I got it, is because it reminds me of sets like the
What's the cafe's name?
Poolside Paradise was the one with those curved,
Mhm.
clear ones.
Sandella Cafe.
Breezeway Cafe.
Breezeway, that's the one I'm
was
thinking of. Yeah.
That one was not
Lego
Paradisa.
Town.
That was just like a regular town one, but that one had the sort of straight, curved, clear glass panels.
Mm-hmm.
But man, yeah, that's such a cool shape. I don't know. I just love curved glass windows for some
They
reason.
look so cool, and if they're implemented well, it's amazing. But Kevin L
It can
says
be
Brick
either-
Artisan on Rebrickable. So yes.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Lego Mania says I love Minecraft. I do too. We can talk
Yeah, let's
about
go.
that now. So
Sorry,
let's get
I
that.
derailed there.
Yeah, exactly. It's a brand. Here we are. Hold on. Minecraft. There we go. Okay, axolotls. Everybody loves an axolotl.
Yeah.
A giant head. Sure.
Not
It's
so sure about that one. Yeah, and the set comes with only 2. It looks like.
2 axolotls and 1 axolotl head in there too.
Right. So the pink one we had gotten before in the previous axolotl set, which was a
Mhm.
great set. If you missed out on that one, I would go back and get it. But the new color here is the light aqua.
Kind of
I
minty
guess.
color. Yeah, light aqua. Yeah.
And the previous set, which I had gotten, that came with the axolotls, they all came with a spare headpiece anyway,
Mm-hmm.
because it was just a 1x1 plate. Even though it's printed, it came with a spare. So I guess this one will come with 2 of the pink heads, and then
Yeah.
probably also a spare, because it is intended to be used sort of just floating in the bucket there to look like the bucket of axolotl.
I do like that touch there, but
Yeah.
I think it's interesting. Lego will make a large sculptural model of a Minecraft animal, and then they'll make it a house.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
why not just give
They
us a
don't
Lego
just
axolotl
make
kit?
models
Yeah.
of the right. Make one that's like a theoretical life size. Now
What-
they did it with that. They did it with the fox. They've done it with the llama. They've done it with the creeper. They've done it with
The Iron Golem.
golem. Yeah,
Another
this
new
is
set.
creepy.
Yeah. Now
But,
I love the skeleton
I mean, I
horses.
understand why they do it, right? Because Minecraft, the world, they ran out of stuff to build based on that after about 2 or 3 waves.
Yeah, there's not a lot of stuff.
They did the jungle temple, they did the
Village.
undersea temple, they did the village.
Yep.
They've started ever since the village update. They've done more of the different styles.
They've done
of
the
village, like
end.
the desert village.
Yeah.
Yeah, the end. So they kind of have to do things that look more like they were built by players. I would like to see them eventually kind of go back and redo some of those older sets. Like I would like to see a better version of the jungle temple, or even the underwater temple.
Yeah.
I think could be done a little better than they were originally.
Yeah, they're actually, I think, circling back a little bit, because in this set you can see the skeleton horses with the enchanted weapons on the skeletons. Those
Yeah.
were only available in a set long ago.
Yeah.
And they were pretty expensive. They were very collectible. So now that and the charged creeper they're coming out with again, so that they don't have these high price points. We just need a slime to show up, guys. That's $120.
The giant slime,
Yeah,
yeah.
$120 for a slime right now. So
What's the rare? Is it the black sheep? That's the rare.
Black
color?
sheep is rare.
Yeah.
I think other colors might be rare too. But yeah, there's a teal
Speaking
sheep
of which,
here.
we did just get a mountain cave in on trade this past weekend.
Yes.
Which we should be inventorying. So
That should be going out
if you're
soon.
looking for one of those, keep your
Mhm.
mouse ready to click on the website.
And this is just a regular Minecraft like buildings here with a couple animals and zombies.
It's,
So
nice color scheme. Always like to see more turquoise.
exactly, yeah. But so Minecraft continuing to roll along just fine. Oh, one more Minecraft set here. You got the pumpkin farm
house.
and the inclusion of the witch
The
character.
witch is back. Yeah.
Because that's another one that
That's
was
good.
expensive, like the villagers and some other ones. So they're trying to cycle it through, so they're not like after a few years things will get harder to find or discontinued, and they become expensive.
Is
so.
the boat built, or did they make a new piece for it?
I think it's built.
Is it?
Good for
Okay.
them. Yeah. So looks like a brick built boat in the mangrove wood color. So that's fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. And that's about it for new sets that we've gone through, because we're already
Get through everything you had.
everything I had, and then there's a couple of your pictures down here.
A couple other small stuff.
You want to talk about this one next here?
Yeah, it's just it's the summer pack.
It's another
summer
hodgepodge
pack.
of cool
It's
parts.
The newest one.
Look at all those
they
animals.
A lot of animals in this one. Oh yeah, in our Sunday excursion, I got 3 copies of every gift with purchase from shopping for everybody else. So I didn't trade those in. So we have them if you need them.
Yep.
It was the little pirate ship playground and then
Mhm.
the new summer VIP pack.
Yeah, this parts pack I could definitely
The
enjoy.
animals
this.
are the best things in them, honestly. The spring one had, I think, a
Bicycles.
little rabbit and the little lamb that had come in the castle.
Yeah.
This one's got
Parrots,
some more common stuff. Yeah,
snakes.
parrots and crabs and snakes. I guess you get the little
Fish.
kind of stuffed animal rabbit looking thing
Mhm.
there. But,
Yeah, that
always good stuff.
good stuff. I know that the spring pack had 2 different colored bicycles. Had a magenta and a bright yellow one. And
Yeah.
I'd never gotten those before, and they're pretty cool. So.
Bicycles are always cool.
I'm not a city builder, but one day.
Bicycles and frogs are
Yeah.
like some of the best things to get new
Classic
colors
Lego stuff.
Yeah.
So here's another thing that surprised me when I saw the pictures you shared.
So this is they had done this. What was one of the first ones they did it with? The Fiat, I think, was the first
Yes.
thing. So this is a recoloration of a previous set. You can go and throw
Oh.
this side by side there. So the first thing they did this with, I believe, was the Fiat, which went from bright light yellow to bright
Blue.
light blue
Yeah,
or
blue,
medium blue,
light blue.
one of those. Then they did it with 3 more sets, I believe. It was the creator T-Rex. They color swapped, and I don't remember what the other ones were. But this is the latest version of this kind of color swapping trend that they're doing to, I guess, cut costs on redesigning things, but
Mhm.
still being able to put out new sets. So, same piece count, same price point. You can build the same B and C models. I think it was like a tree frog and what was the other thing? A fish.
Yeah.
So same B and C models again,
different
also
color.
recolored.
Yeah.
So
This
I
is
think it's clever.
This is a great idea. I know some people might not be excited about this, but if I have the one parrot and I like the parrot and I'm having a good time with the parrot, you know what would be great? A friend parrot to go with
Sure.
it. It's perfect. It's like makes the first one more collectible, I think.
Right, or if you liked, the parrot and the tree frog models, and you wanted to have both, but didn't want them to be the same color scheme, you could build the parrot in blue and build the tree frog in pink, or vice versa, or whatever.
Yeah, especially in a creator set that you could do multiple options.
Yeah,
with. It's perfect.
and the T-Rex had been the same way. The Fiat was just kind of a direct recolor, and
You can't
remember
remake
what
the Fiat.
Somebody tell
yeah.
me in the comments what the other ones were that they had recolored. I forgot to look them up beforehand.
I think they've done it a couple times. I could see them doing it more, especially
yeah.
on smaller 3-in-1 stuff like this. Totally. So.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things it works best for.
Yeah. Then some bad news. You had a picture here.
This was from week before last. I think I had thrown this in the drive, but we had so much other news we didn't get to it. So classic Walmart locking up their Lego. But this is wild.
New levels of petty here.
Yeah, they're not just putting the bags behind a case. They've got this specially designed thing that clamps onto the bag, but not completely enclosing the bag. It just clamps the contents in the bag so you can't feel them. I don't know. This is really new levels of petty.
Yeah.
Especially considering that they're about to switch to boxes anyway.
This is a huge investment in design for packaging for a short-term thing that's not going to be around anymore. But yeah.
I don't know why Walmart would care anyway. I mean, usually it's smaller stores that don't want you feeling them because you're spending more time there, you're blocking it up, you're preventing other people from accessing the product, you're wrinkling the bags and stuff.
Yeah.
The only reason I could see Walmart or Target caring is I've gone into Walmarts and Targets and find people who have just really not cared and are just opening the bags and there's loose pieces falling out on the ground, which I don't think this would necessarily prevent that. You could still tear the bag, at least. I don't know if the pieces would come out. It kind of depends on how tight that thing is on there.
It's interesting. I don't. Walmart's got their reasons. Their head in the clouds. Yeah,
their priorities are, I think, kind of messed up.
Yeah. Well, that was a good chunk of news. Some of it we'd seen before, but some of it is probably news to some people. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Fun story about the Lego store trip. We'll have to do more excursions in the future.
Yeah,
I'm able to make it to and film. So. I think that's the news for today,
Let's
Daniel.
see if we can get Chris back in here. He
said
he had something he wanted to bring in. See if he turns around.
Chris! No, he's deaf. Okay.
I'll go open the door.
I'll get him real quick.
You're on the right side. I don't want to cross over your camera.
Chris, you want to give us an update on Orlando? We're about to wrap up here.
I know people are always eager for Orlando updates. Man, great thumbnail.
Yeah, thumbnail turned out pretty good, huh?
Can I slide in here?
All right.
How's it going, Chris?
Going good.
We just finished our news. There was some great news and some bad news. Some minimal things, so, but yeah.
Bad news?
Yeah, Lego 2K Racing costs you a lot of money with microtransactions. And then Walmart is putting plastic containers over their minifigure bags so you can't feel them.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
that's awesome, though. I'm glad. I'm glad, people mess up.
But why not? I'm just saying, why don't they
destroy
put
the
them in the
bag
case?
They do.
as they're feeling them.
Yeah.
So either don't put them in those bags,
Mm-hmm.
or
Which they're switching to boxes
Or put 'em
anyway,
in boxes.
right?
Yeah.
You know?
So boxes is the way of the future.
But
But
we've seen in the past Walmart putting sets, just in glass cases with sliding doors. I don't know why they designed this new thing that clamps specifically
Yeah.
on these.
and cameras, they put cameras up
Yeah.
and stuff like that. But I like the sport of feeling the bags. However,
Yeah.
it screws up the bags.
Yeah, and the whole...
It does if you're bad at it. If you're good at it, you don't screw them up as bad.
That's true. If
Well,
you're-
there's a lot of bad people.
There are. It's true.
People just dump them when they're done. Anyway, so Chris, what's the news that you had for us regarding, was it Orlando, is that right? Or-
Orlando, yeah,
Yeah.
it's where let's see, Disney World
Mhm.
is down there, and Universal
cool.
Studios.
And SeaWorld?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
No,
That's
we
awesome.
don't. No.
Oh, we don't have the other guy. Yeah.
Touchy subject.
Yeah, never forget SeaWorld. But yeah, so that's great. That's good news. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So there you have it.
All right.
Good.
Cool. Yeah.
Excellent news.
No, we are delayed in our store.
Okay.
I'm hoping mid-July.
Okay.
So what really throws a kink in things is Brick World Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
That the city's given us a hard time too.
Yeah.
But Brick World Chicago and then Joe's wedding.
Ah,
And
yeah.
then we have another employee's
everybody
wedding
go
2
blame
weeks
Joe.
Later, Malachi's getting married.
Yep.
So that all throws a kink in things, but the city giving us the permits to do the work we need inside the space is
Wow,
throwing
okay.
a kink in things.
So they're just
That-
being
that was a
slow,
major
typical
yeah.
government processes.
We're
Okay.
close. We're really, really, really close.
That's why
That's
when
good.
Chris and I were
Yeah.
down there, we weren't really working in the space at all.
Yeah, we weren't.
We're
We
not
were
allowed
working
to
at our
put stuff
warehouse.
in there yet.
Interesting. Okay.
So I would say 5 weeks.
5 weeks. All right. Yeah. Good to know. Yeah, but that's sooner rather than later, so we'll take it.
Yeah,
So,
it is.
Yeah. It's
Good
good.
point.
Like in the grand scheme of things, eons of time to consider. It's actually a pretty short amount of time.
You're
so
right.
it's good.
You're exactly right.
There's always
Yeah.
a positive spin to it.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
And on that happy note, we will probably end the broadcast. Thank you so much for joining, everyone. We sure appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps more people see this video and our channel. And we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
See you later.